All right, guys, we are back again, guys, with another video. Since obviously the debacle of Saturday's game between Barcelona and Atletico de Madrid, guys. I haven't really made any videos since I did my match reaction. And basically, that's because of a few reasons, personal stuff being one of them. And honestly, because, guys, I've been fuming and I had to really go back and rewatch the game. And look, I just wanted to this is a video that I've been wanting to talk about for a while because this is something I feel like we need to get into now, guys, right? Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, guys, there's a lot of things I saw when I went and rewatched the game. And as much as there's a lot of big problems, there is something that I feel like people have been avoiding, right? Maybe it's because, some people, they are obsessed with the stats and they're not really watching the games. But yeah, it's like the title says, guys, we need to talk about Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski, our striker, the man who scored 23 goals in 26 games. Now, Omar, people are probably wondering, Omar, why are you calling out a guy who's basically scored 20 goals this season already? He's basically been one of your best players. Now, that is where I would answer by telling you stats are misleading. If you guys ever wanted to see the definition of the eye test overrules the stats test, it's this season with Robert Lewandowski. Because I've been saying, even when he's been in top form, when people have asked me, I've talked about areas that we need to improve. I've talked about our attack. I've talked about how we need a left winger. I've talked about how we need a new midfielder. I've talked about how we need new fullbacks. I've also said that we need to go out and actually get another striker. And that is where I feel like a lot of people have had a problem with what I've said. Because they're saying, well, why would you say that? Lewandowski is having the season of his career right now. What do you mean by that? And my answer to that has always been, you guys are now watching the game. Because you will see that Lewandowski has scored goals, either a goal or two or a hat trick, and you think, oh, he's having an amazing, amazing, amazing season. No, he's not. No, he's not. If Lewandowski's last 3 games have not just been bad, it's been awful. And the funny thing is, people who don't watch Barcelona this season will not see what I'm saying. I'll give you a perfect example. If you look at the game where I feel like this Barcelona team this season peaked, is the El Clasico. Now, if you watch the El Clasico, it looked on paper like Lewandowski had a great game. 2 goals, amazing. But if you watch the game, you will see the amount of chances that this brother missed. This guy missed so many chances during that game. And the funny thing is, that has been his season so far. He has had a season where he's missed so many opportunities. He will score twice and miss 5 chances. But people will only focus on the fact that he scored twice. But nobody will talk about the fact that his conversion rate every game is below 50%. It's disgusting. And you know what's crazy? It's crazy now how many of these fans who were sitting down saying, oh, Barcelona, we don't need a new striker. Lewandowski has proven that he's back. 2020 Lewandowski is back. And all of this stuff. It's funny how all of them now are now coming out and saying, maybe we need a new striker. Oh, we need a new striker now, do we? We need a new striker now, do we? It's funny because when he was scoring goals and I was saying this, people were calling me negative. But now we need a new striker. Lewandowski is 36. Like, I'm sorry, father time comes for everybody. Father time came for Cristiano. It came for Lionel Messi. It came for Ronaldinho. It came for Maradona. It came for all of the greatest players, R9, you name it. When they were at the age of 36, they weren't doing the things that they were doing when they were 24. And Lewandowski is not an exception. Lewandowski is not the same player. And the sooner Barcelona fans we realize that, the better. And the funny thing is, I feel like now people are really beginning to see it. And now there's a lot of pressure on him. And I will get into all of that. But I do want to talk about a few things because he's actually said a few things recently, and I do want to talk. I do want to show you this. This is actually something that he just came out recently. He was talking to Mundo Deportivo, and this is what he basically said. He said, in the last 2 or 3 games, we've had great chances that we've missed. We? No, 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 no. You mean you? Against Atletico, this brother, right? Like the only player in our attack that looked like was doing anything was Rafinha. There was points in the game when this man, bro, was getting the ball caught under his foot, and he said, "I had a lack. I had the feeling a lack of composure in the penalty area and perhaps self-confidence." Well, listen. At the end of the day, bro, you're not the same player. It is what it is. And he says sometimes we can't win. Sometimes we can't win. You can't lose the game. It happens to us several times this season. I think we'll come back stronger next year and play better. Listen, listen, listen. Look, 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 look. I'm going to be very honest. I don't trust this team. And honestly, looking at how we've been playing now, this stinks of how we were playing last season now, that on an honest to God real, if I'm going to be very honest, this is the real Barca. The Barca we saw was not this Barca. The Barca we saw was a false dawn. This is the real Barcelona. And people need to wake up and see the truth for what it is, which is that this team is not good enough and we need changes. But the reason I'm focusing on Lewandowski is because at the end of the day, Lewandowski is the focal point of our attack. And as much as he scored goals, I feel like people need to talk about it. And honestly, guys, there's a reason why I was making this video. It's not even because of all of these things I've talked about. This is why I wanted to really make this video. This right here. Let me pull it up. Look at this, guys. Gavi was not afraid to score Lewandowski during the Atletico game between the 35th and 45th minute of the first half. Longley was allowed to move forward with the ball, practically acting as a second midfielder due to Lewandowski not pressing. Seeing this, Gavi didn't hesitate to call out the Polish striker, raising his arms and yelling from a distance, demanding that he pressed Langley more aggressively. This situation happened several times, frustrating Gavi. After the first half, while Gavi approached Lewandowski to express his concern, their exchange lasted for about 10 to 15 seconds. Even after the conversation, Gavi kept on thinking about it and decided to talk over with it Pedri. Oh my God, bro. You see this guy, yeah? This is why I'm telling you guys, we need a new striker. Because Lewandowski, bro, you are 36 years old. You are 36. You are supposed to be the leader of this squad. And you're being told off by a 20-year-old. Do you realize just how embarrassing that is? You're being told off by a 20-year-old. Bro, this is why I'm beginning to see now why Hansi Flick didn't give you the captaincy. The fact that Barcelona decided to give Rafinha the captaincy over you tells me everything. I mean, look at this picture, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Like the fact that Clement Longley felt so comfortable to think that he could just go forward, it speaks a lot about you. And bro, the reason I'm even talking about this, honestly, is because I feel like a lot of people are very, very short-sighted. They don't see a lot of these opportunities. And you know what's funny? Because I went back to watch the game, I can see what he was saying. Lewandowski, seriously, have some shame. You are a man who's played over 866 games in your career, scored over 600 goals, played for Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, captained your country. You are a leader technically, and you're being told off by a 20-year-old who's only been playing professionally for 2 years. This is why I keep telling you all, guys, we need a new striker. We need a new striker, guys. This is the truth. At the end of the day, you should be ashamed of yourself, Robert. Honestly, bro, I'm gonna be very real, bro. I'm 28. I am 20. Bro, if I am in a squad at my age, and I'm being told off by an 18, 19-year-old on doing better for the team, bro, do you know how embarrassed I would be? Like, bro, the sheer embarrassment of being told off by a 20-year-old would genuinely bro, oh my days. If I was told off by a 20-year-old, dude, I would not let that go. If he's telling me to press, bro, you press. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be one of the key people in the squad. If somebody like Gavi is telling you how to do your job, bro, you're done out here. You are absolutely done out here. And at the end of the day, this guy, he waffles so much because the funny thing is, this is what he said after the game. Next year, I think we'll come back stronger and play better football. Listen, you see, this is the truth, bro. At the end of the day, I'm tired of hearing this because, dude, every time I've realized this, and you guys see this from my match previews, I say this all the time. It's like these guys just tune in a record and just say the same thing. Absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. The same thing over and over and over again. I don't want to hear it. But seriously, Lewandowski, you need to be ashamed of yourself. And this is the reason why I want us to look for another striker. Guys, at the end of the day, when it comes to FC Barcelona, when it comes to this football club, Barca comes before anything else. And sometimes I feel like people, they choose to ignore these things. They choose to ignore these things because at the end of the day, as Barcelona fans, we should be striving to be better every single season. And even after everything I've been saying, you're still going to have people who are going to come out here and say to me, oh, Omar, you're being ungrateful. You're being ungrateful. Some fans have short memories, or people are short-sighted, or people don't you fans are so ungrateful. This guy has been this. You guys when I say this when he was scoring goals every single game. Well, I have. Listen, at the end of the day, guys, you can go back and watch all my videos. My videos don't lie. Go and watch my videos. Even when he was scoring goals, I praised him. I give him credit. Heck, I even thought he was back. I would be the first one to admit. But even after everything, every week I would always say the same thing, which is, despite his good form, we still need to look for a better striker. We need to look for a long-term striker. You know, I was going to make a video recently. I actually ended up forgetting to make it. But I will be bringing it back. Don't worry. You guys will be seeing it soon. But I basically talked about how we needed a new striker in this team. And obviously, there's a lot of fans who have a lot of opinions on what kind of striker that they want. But the fact of the matter is now, I feel like a lot of Barca fans, we can all come out of this together and just admit that at the end of the day, as good as Lewandowski is, Father Time has caught up to him. It has. And Lewandowski himself needs to understand this. And look, this is obviously just a conversation about Lewandowski, but I will go into more detail about this tomorrow and on the other few days because there is pressure on the manager now. We've lost 5 games this season. I want you all to understand. Last season was one of our worst seasons. And you know how many games we lost in the league? 5. We've already lost the same amount of games this season as we've lost last season. That has been our form. And something needs to change and needs to change ASAP. And as far as this season is concerned, I'm done. I don't believe in this team anymore. I don't see us winning the league. At this point, just give the league to Atletico, because clearly they're the ones that are taking this more seriously than us or Real Madrid. But as far as we're concerned, we need to start looking at our holes. This current squad right now needs rebuilding. And one of the areas we need to look at is looking for a striker. At this point, I am now saying it, guys. We've been linked with Jonathan David. His contract is running out. We need to get back into that ASAP. We need to start looking at players like a Gyökeres. People have been trying to link Haaland to my team. Bro, at the end of the day, getting Haaland is not going to be easy. All right? Let's cut the BS. We are not in a good position to be signing players like Haaland. Let's be realistic and look at the players that we can realistically sign. Jonathan David is contract runs out. Go and look for him. He's a good striker. Go and look for a player like Gyökeres. I know a lot of Barca fans don't watch enough Portuguese. People are always telling me, "Oh, Omar, he's doing it in the Portuguese league." Bro, I don't care when he's doing it. You guys are now watching these teams. I don't judge players based on just stats, my friends. I'm watching these guys play. You have to watch these guys play to basically see what they can do. And the reason why I've been talking about Gyökeres for so long is because I see what he's doing when he's not around the ball. Is he the most pleasing on the eye kind of striker? No, he's not. But his link-up play is incredible. And his goal scoring is incredible. And people are acting like this is the only time he's been doing it. Bro, there's a reason why Sporting signed him. This guy was in the championship in England, scoring 21 goals for Coventry City. This guy didn't just start scoring goals when he went to Portugal. It's where he made his name. But I'm going to be very real. When it comes down to what we have now, we just need to have this honest to God admission, which is that Lewandowski is finished. And no matter how many goals he scores, Barcelona need to think long term and just admit that, you know what, as good as he is not invincible. Even Cristiano Ronaldo, a few seasons ago, I remember when United fans, and listen, I agreed with this. Ronaldo was their top goal scorer, but dude, if you were someone who was watching Manchester United, you could see what the team was sacrificing just to have him score the goals. He was not the same player. So if a guy who I rate very highly, who I consider one of the greatest players to ever play the game, even he at his age could not do what he was doing when he was doing 10 years ago. I'm sorry, Lewandowski, you are not exempt. You are not exempt. We need to just accept that Lewandowski is not the same player and move on. Honest to God, real, this is where I stand with it. And I am not moving. I said this before this terrible form started. And I'm saying it now while this form is here. We need to look for another striker. This January, we need to go back and we need to talk to Jonathan David, because he, honestly, out of all the players I've just mentioned, he's the most realistic one. And he's the one that is open to moving. And at the end of the day, you cannot do any worse than a player like Jonathan David. The guy is one of the best players in the French league. And he's a youngster. He's learning. At the end of the day, is he the best striker in the world? Absolutely not. But dude, can you do any wrong? Because here's the thing. I don't think we're gonna sell Lewandowski next summer. But so if we don't sell Lewandowski next summer, if we don't sell him, then why don't we just go and sign another striker to basically pressure Lewandowski? Or maybe, I don't know, sign another striker or someone like Jonathan David and basically put him in the same team as Lewandowski and basically bench Lewandowski. You can't do any worse than that. I don't understand why people are just so obsessed with trying to go for the superstar. Bro, at the end of the day, the best Barcelona teams I've seen, we don't go for superstar. We go for players that we need, not players that are wanted or players that will get us get us, make us the talk of the town. Nah, man, that's not how my club used to roll. But yeah, this is really all I wanted to say, guys. Big up to everybody who's here. Here, I am gonna wrap this up. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think of Lewandowski. Do you guys think he's finished? Do you think that Barcelona should be looking for another striker? Right? Do you guys think that maybe, I'm overreacting? Just let me know what you guys think. But let me know. And make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And like I always say, whenever we end all of these streams, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.